have about 936 weeks from the time your child is born until they graduate from high school. And that sounds like a lot of time. But if you're a parent, you know things change quickly. As soon as you think you have things figured out, your kid is onto another routine, they're onto a new habit, maybe a new friend group. They go through the phases super quickly, and it can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. We're doing a new small group for parents called Parenting Through the Phases, and this small group will empower you to understand more about your kid. It'll give you a sense of community because you're doing it with other parents, and it's just gonna be fun. You can find out more information about that on our church website. You can register there as well. So again, I wanna welcome you to worship. We've been doing a whole series on friends. Are there any people in this room who could look around and say, I have a friend here, there's a friend with me. Today, someone here is my friend. Could say, yes, I have a friend. Okay, awesome. Here's another question. Of those people who have friends in the room, how many of you are willing to come up here with your friend and be up here to play a little game with me called Best Friend Challenge? Oh, now there are no hands. All right, Dan and John, I am calling on you because you are here. It's because he's tall. Yes. All right. So see what happens when you come to church? Isn't it a great time? I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys a category, and you're going to try and match answers. So the way that this works is I would say, John, what is Dan's favorite color? And if you both write down the same color, then you guys get a point. And points are arbitrary. They don't mean anything, but you are playing for points. So keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to say,
don't do the favorite color one.
Dan's going to go first. So Dan, what is John's order at Starbucks? What is John's order at Starbucks? Go ahead and write it down. See if you guys can match. No cheating. Dan's going. Well, just in general, what is your order? So you're good? Yeah, you need to write it down because you could change your answer to match whatever his is. Because we're playing for all the points here. This is a good question. I know, thank you, I wrote it. Yeah. Appreciate that. All right. Okay, he's going long. All right, go ahead and reveal your answers. What do we have? John's favorite drink order at Starbucks is coffee with hazelnut syrup. Tall coffee, 1 pump hazelnut. Good job. All right. And I left the paper towels down there. But just know, I did think about you. I just didn't bring them to the stage. All right, John, what is Dan's greatest accomplishment? What does Dan consider his greatest accomplishment, or one of many? Just whatever comes to your mind, you write down on that board. There you go. Dan first has to think of his favorite greatest accomplishment, and then write it down. Mind meld. Here we go. Also, write it down really quickly. 5 seconds. Not that we're on a timer or anything, but I do have a timer. Okay. All right. All right. Wait, are you still right? Huh?
I mean, it's kind of what I think. But
Oh, yeah, that's great. We're just going to affirm each other right now. It's going to be fine. All right, Dan, what is your greatest accomplishment?
Pretty good at golf.
Good at golf. Did you think of 100 Mexico homes built? Oh, well, that is it. That's the Jesus one. That's the one that came to your mind. All right, let's do one more round. Okay, Dan, what if John was on a game or reality show? Yeah. Game show or reality show? Like right now. Like right now. Welcome to my show. What show would he be great on? John doesn't even know. This is okay. You're just trying to...
Is it a game show?
Or reality show. Game or reality show. If it's on TV.
Well...
Dan wants to change his answer.
I don't know if this counts, but whatever.
All right, what do we got? Okay, go ahead and reveal. John, what show do you think you would be on? Top Gear UK. Price is Right. Oh. Those are similar. So similar. I could see that. All right. Okay, John, this question is about Dan. If Dan had 1 hour to spend $5,000, where would he go? Dan's got 1 hour to spend $5,000. Specific store. I know, there's a lot. 1 hour. All right, I'm excited. Here we go. Reveal your answers. Dan would go to Golf Mart. I don't even know what Golf Mart is. That's awesome. Thank you for playing. You guys can have a seat. No, seriously, what is Golf Mart? Okay, so for all of you kids who have joined us today, anyone 5th grade and under who would like to join me on stage, we are going to spend what normally would be our classroom time right here on stage. So come join me. My friend Astrid is going to join us up here. Come on up. All right, and so we're going to sit here so that we are kind of in an oval. Yeah, we're just gonna spend the whole time here. Awesome. Cool. Ooh, that's a great question. So, that's Astrid. No, we can't touch that. Actually, I didn't think about that when I planned this. So let's not touch that, because I think that would make Steven sad. Steven's over there. All right. What's up? Where are you gonna sit? Okay, cool. Okay, so what is this? A Duplo, Lego, love it. So now, if you met an alien from outer space and they had never seen one of these, how would you describe it? All right, go ahead, Colin.
A block.
A block. Okay, so we got a block. Anyone want to add to that? All right, Sienna.
Fun.
Fun. Okay, love it. These are fun. How would you describe this? All right.
You can use it to build fun things.
You can use it to build. I love that. Let's build on that.
Building material.
It's a building material. Awesome. Okay, so now what's this? Does anybody know what this is? All right, what do we got?
A Jenga piece.
Jenga, yes. Okay, so there are some differences, but there are some similarities. Could we build with these together?
No. Yes, but no.
Yes, but no. Oh, I like that.
You can put that on top of that, but you can't put that on top of that.
Okay, so we could put them on top of each other. Okay, would that work for a really long amount of time, like in California?
No.
Maybe if we were in a different state, might work. Okay, so one Jenga block is awesome, but what happens if we put 2 of them together? Amelia, you want to help me? Cool.
They can connect.
They can connect. So 2 blocks is awesome. That's great. What happens if we add another one? What would you do with that?
I would put this on top as well.
Awesome. Cool. So one of the things I love about Legos is that they are created to connect together. And they have these little bumps on top that help them to connect with other Lego blocks. So sure, we could use the Jenga block, but it doesn't have that bond that's really strong. When you snap 2 Legos together, the bond is really strong and they stay together. And I love that. That's why I love building with Legos. So the adults, have been doing this whole sermon series on friendships. So I'm interested to hear from you guys. What's the best thing about having friends? What do you think? What are your thoughts? What's the best thing about having friends?
That you can always rely on them in any situation.
Awesome. You can always rely on them in any situation. I love that.
They're your friends, and they will keep your secrets and be nice to you.
Awesome. Friends keep secrets. They're nice to you. That's great. So what does it mean to be a friend? What are your thoughts on that? What does it mean to be a friend? If we all like having friends, what does it mean to be a friend? Eleanor, you got any thoughts? No? Okay, that's all right. It's okay. I'll come back to you. What does it mean to be a friend? Amelia, you got any thoughts?
It's
What does it look like to be a friend? Let's say that.
It's like a person
that can help you with a lot of things. And they can help you, and they're your friend.
Yeah. So someone who helps you. So it looks like when we're in a friendship that I would help you and you would help me. I love that. Friends are there to help us. I love that. Friendship is all about connection. So just like these Legos fit together, friendships are all about connection. And they make our life awesome. We need other people in our life. Just like if I had one Lego, what could I do with one Lego?
Oh, you can toss it?
I could toss it. Oh, that's true. I could make it something that it wasn't designed for. That is what I could do. I love that. I could toss it, yes.
You could also make it be a football. You could
I
also do
could.
with it.
I could do nothing with it. Yeah. So Legos were created to connect with other Legos, and we have been created to connect with other people. We are wired for connection, which also means that we are wired for connection with God and with other people. And it turns out that Jesus told his followers something very similar, sort of similar.
But how do we connect with wires?
How do we connect with wires? Yes, that is a great question. We'll ponder that for a little bit. So we're going to read our Bible passage, and I'm going to hand it out. But first, before we really dive into it, so you can take one Bible passage, well, I took this and put it on a piece of paper. It is the passage from the Bible that we're going to read. Hold on, wait, spoiler alert, we're not there yet. So before we take a look at it, I want to ask you guys, do you have anyone in your life who repeats things over and over? Like, I taught college freshmen, and one of the things I would say to all of my college freshmen is check your email. And they'd come to class, and I'd be like, did you check your email? And they'd all look at me and be like, no. Cool, check your email. So I would say that over and over. Do you guys have someone in your life who repeats something over and over again? Maybe it's a teacher or a parent. All right, Sheena, hit me. Who repeats things over and over in your life?
My teacher,
Your teacher. What do they say?
she says, no chit-chatting.
No chit-chatting. So is that a general class thing that she says?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a general report. Anybody else have someone in their life that repeats things over and over? Maybe your parents, grandparents, teachers say something. Maybe you say something over and over. So one of the things I find myself saying when I work with students is please throw out your trash. Without fail, I'm going to say that like 400 times. Please throw out your trash, which is also a good reminder. Today we're going to celebrate communion. And today we're going to get these little cups, and it would be awesome if we all throw out our trash after this service. So it's just good to say that to everyone. So I'm going to ask you all for help. So I've handed out the passage, and now I'll hand out pens. I'm going to give those to you to just pass to everyone behind you.
Okay, draw.
Well, so we are going to look at the Bible passage, and there's a lot of things that are repeated. What I want you to do, anytime you see a word that is repeated, I want you to circle it. So this goes for all of you out there, because I'm going to ask you. So if you hear a word repeated, in your mind, just mentally circle it. Okay, who else needs a pen? Here you go. Oliver, you ready?
Okay, can we start?
I also am terrible at throwing, so this can't go poorly. It sort of can. It sort of can go poorly. Who else needs a pen? We're all good? Okay. Everyone's got a pen. All right. Okay. I like how Colin's like already on it. Okay, here we go. So, Jesus was chatting with his disciples during their last meal together, and this is what Jesus says. Colin's like, he's crushing it. You're doing great. So this is what Jesus says. He says, I am the true grapevine, and my Father is the gardener. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Yes, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who remain in me, and I in them, will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. When you produce much fruit, you are my true disciples. This brings great glory to my Father. I have loved you even as the Father has loved me. Remain in my love. When you obey my commandments, you remain in my love, just as I obey my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy, as your joy will overflow. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you slaves because a master doesn't confide in his slaves. Now you are my friends since I have told you everything the Father told me. You didn't choose me. I chose you. I appointed you to go and produce lasting fruit, so that the Father will give you whatever you ask for using my name. This is my command, love each other. Okay, so periods are repeated. Thank you. What words did you hear? What words did you circle? What words? All right, Oliver.
Wait, hold on, let me get there.
Wait. Aster's coming.
I
Aster.
circled number.
All right, what words did you hear? I. Great. Love it. All right, what words?
Remain in me.
Remain in me. Yeah, whole phrases. That's absolutely repeated.
Command and commandments.
Command and commandments. Great. All right.
I circled
All right, Colin.
4.
Number 4. We love the number 4 is repeated. You are right. I love the number 4. Okay, Maya, what do you got?
Love.
Love. Absolutely. And
Yeah, that's R.
are.
I think didn't.
I think we're going to ask, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask the adults for some help, and I'm going to send you guys back to your seats, and then in a little bit I'll call you back up again. But on your way to your seats, you're going to love this, Colin. I want you guys to take a Lego block. As you head back to your seats, grab one Lego, and then in a few minutes, after I'm done talking, I'll bring you guys back up. So go ahead and head back to your seats. Take one Lego with you. Oh, wait, Eleanor. Yeah, I'll take your pens. Pop them in there. Oh, wait, actually, all right, I need that for my sermon illustration. If you take it, that would, in a minute, you'll see why. That would be a real bummer. All right, okay, everyone. What words did you hear repeated? Hit me. Fruit, great. What other words? Love, great. Any other words? What? Friend, absolutely. I chose to focus on 6 words. So I chose vine, branches, fruit, remain, and love, and command. Forget what I even said. All right, Chase, you gotta get a block. You can get a Lego. All right, so let's take this one by one. Let's go through all of these. So let's focus on the vine and branches. So you guys, who is the vine? Who's the vine? Jesus, there it is. I know it's like the Sunday school answer and you don't want to say it, but it is right. So good job, you guys. So here we go. Who are the branches? There it is. You guys are crushing it. You've gone to seminary. You're done. Okay, so if we use the Legos to illustrate this passage, here's what it would look like. Here's the base. This is the vine. We are the Legos that connect to the base, that become the branches. Now, the base, like the vine, supports all of the Legos. The base, like the vine, also supports the branches and provides nutrients so that they can produce fruit. Here's the tricky part, though. If we are the branches, we will produce fruit. And the key part of that is if. Now let's say I take off this block. Is it still connected to the base? No, right. So will it produce fruit? No. So Jesus is describing a relationship. He means that if we stay connected, like these Legos are connected to the base, if we stay connected to the vine, we will produce fruit. So another word that is repeated is remain. And Jesus is saying, remain in relationship with me. Stay as my friends, and you will produce fruit. Here's the difficult part about us. We desperately need connection, but we're also really bad at it. We might know that connecting with a friend will lift our spirits and lower our blood pressure and make us live longer, but there's a lot of things that get in the way of us connecting with others. We desperately need that connection. So the question is, how do we create connection? And that's really the million-dollar question. How do we create these connections with other people? And one way we do that is by sharing experiences and sharing feelings. When we do that, it connects us to other people. So I want to show you what that might look like. So let's say these Legos connect together, and each of these Legos is an experience. And when we put those experiences together, they create a connection. And when we have a bunch of experiences stacked together, what we're really building is a sense of belonging. All of us need a place where we belong, where we can feel like we fit in and other people see us. And being loved and belonging to a group is a fundamental human need. And we all need to belong in friendships. And one of the ways we do that is by building connections. So let's see what connections we have in the room. I'm a morning person. I know that's annoying to some people on staff. I love a good morning. Youth love me on a youth trip in the morning. I'm a waste of a person at 9 p.m., but I'm amazing at 8 a.m. Where are my morning people? Raise your hands. Yes. Oh my gosh, we're besties. Yes. See, connection. Boom, there it is. All right. How about this? Raise your hand if you've ever been annoyed by a morning person in your life. There it is. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. All right. Here's this. How about all of you who are parents? How many of you are involved in raising a child? Raise your hand if you're a parent, grandparent. Great. Awesome. How many of you are elementary school parents? Got elementary. Yes. Good job, you guys. How many of you have survived raising a middle schooler? Oh, you guys, I'm so proud of you. Good job. You guys did it. Okay, how about this one? How many of you prefer savory over sweet? So if you would rather go for chips or crackers instead of cookies and cake, raise your hand. Chips, savory, salty. Okay, I fundamentally don't understand you, but I love you. I just want you to know that. I actually want both, so that's who I am. But see, when we see that connection, it creates a bond. That connection leads to belonging. So this week, someone from staff said, when we belong, it's like a place that feels so right, we want to remain there forever. And that's what it means to remain in Christ's love. Jesus called his followers, his disciples, he called them friends. And we've been talking about friendship. And this passage that we read earlier comes out of a part where Jesus reminds his followers that they will always be connected, even if Jesus is not there physically. So love is one of the words that's repeated over and over in this passage. Jesus showed his followers that he loved them. Then he told them that he loved them. And then he showed them that he loved them again. Another word that was repeated was command. And on a different day, Jesus told a large crowd of people that the greatest commandment was to love God and to love others. And then during this meal that Jesus shared with his disciples, he washed their feet and told them once again to love others. So let's go back to these Legos one more time. These Legos were created to connect together, and they belong with other Legos. You were created to connect together with others. You belong with God, and you belong in Christian community. So something amazing happens when all of those connections come together. Those connections build on other connections, and just like a vine with long branches, those connections start to reach out. So for all of our kids, join me back on stage. Bring your Legos one last time. Come on up. All right, bring your Legos. Let's see. You don't need the paper. I mean, it's great that you asked that, though. Thank you. Okay, so what can we build if each of us is one Lego? So what can we build by building on that connection? You guys are building on the vine. Let's see what each of you can make by contributing one Lego. So go ahead and put it on. And then while you're doing that and you pass it around, everyone will get to build. I'm going to keep talking. So when Jesus called his disciples together to follow him, they spent 3 years building a team. And what this group of people was building was the foundation for the church. After Jesus rose from the dead, they later went out and shared the good news that Jesus is alive. And that is the foundation for the church. So each of them contributed, just like we're contributing one block here today. So each of us has the ability to contribute and connect with others in our community. Love that. So this looks awesome. All right.
Are we trying to build something?
We're just trying to build. It can be, I know. We're coming to you, Eleanor. We're not going to forget you. All right. So Ella, Chase, if you guys want to also come over and put yours on. I've got one more. Put it anywhere that your heart desires. I know you guys are all jealous I didn't give you Legos, and to that I say I'm sorry. Next time. All right. Put it wherever you want it. All right. Do we have all the Legos?
No.
No? Oh, no, we don't. Go ahead and put yours on.
Do it.
Good job. Okay, well, let me ask you. If I took out this red block, would we miss that block?
Yes.
What would happen if I took it out?
It would either fall down or it would become smaller.
Awesome. So she said it would either fall down, because all of these blocks are built on top of it, or it would become smaller. I love that. Thank you. All right, Colin, finish us off.
All of the other blocks on top are just gonna fall.
All of the other blocks on top are going to fall. Yes. So this Lego is important. We would miss it if it wasn't there. And that's what it means to belong. This Lego belongs here. And you belong here. And when you're not here, we miss you. Because you are important, just like this Lego is important. So now, let me ask you guys something. They all are, yeah. There are times in my life when I haven't felt connected. I've moved twice in the last 2 years. I went from coast to coast. I went from south to the south to north. I met new people and had new experiences. And there were times when I didn't feel connected. I felt like this Lego over here. And maybe you felt similarly. Maybe you started at a new school. Maybe you moved homes. Maybe some of you have switched jobs and you've also felt disconnected. What advice do you guys have for this Lego, or maybe this person who doesn't feel connected? Do you guys have any advice to share?
Just go over here.
Colin, can you repeat that?
Go over there.
Colin said, just go over there. Great. Hey, you guys, just go over there. Yes. What else? If you're feeling disconnected, what are some things that are helpful to hear? Anybody have any ideas? All right, Ewan. Oh, Sheena and Ewan. Compliments? Okay, so compliments help you to feel connected. I love that. Ewan, you want to close us out here?
Find your a best friend or something.
Find a best friend. Absolutely. I love that. All right, Maya, what do you got?
For the Legos that aren't new, I think they should be nice to the new people because they don't know anyone, so they're very new and it's hard for them to adjust.
Absolutely. So for this Lego over here, all of these Legos should be nice to that Lego because all of these are already connected, and it's hard to be the new person.
So if one of these Legos goes over there, then they're not going to be connected to those ones.
I know. So let me ask you, can you guys problem solve with me? If we can't move this Lego, we can't move it.
We just move this thing.
Or we can't move, ooh! And we can't move that one. What are you gonna do to connect to that Lego? Oliver, you wanna build. You wanna connect to that one Lego. Does anybody remember where the Lego is? Oh, there it is. All right, Bridget's got it. How are you going to get it to connect to the other one? They're all like, what we're going to do is we're going to divide and build our own. But I love that. So imagine that you had built a bridge that connected to the Lego that was feeling disconnected or lonely. And all of you built those connections together. Hypothetically, imagine that that's how that went. Okay. So, hands down, up here, look at me. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, hypothetically, you built a bridge that connected all of the Legos together. You have been created to connect with others. And one of the ways that we do that is by building shared experiences. Another way is by sharing a meal. So you guys wanna come down here with me? We're gonna share a meal together. So if you're short and you can't see the table, I want to ask you to come stand on the stairs, and I'm going to rearrange the communion table, but don't worry, it's going to be okay. All right. So come down here, drop the Legos. We'll play with them during Sunday school, I promise. We'll see them again. All right. So come join me. Come over here. Come on over here. I love that you guys like Legos. I love Legos too. They're like my favorite things. So one way that we connect with people is to eat together, right? How many of you guys love food? I love food. I love to eat together. So one of the ways that Jesus connected with his followers was to share a special meal. And on the first Sunday of every month, what we do together is we celebrate communion. And when we celebrate communion, we are celebrating that connection or that unity that we have with Jesus, but also with everyone else. So on the night of his arrest, Jesus took the bread, and after giving thanks, he broke it. And he said, "This is my body broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Okay. Do you want to try it? Does anybody want to try it? It's bread. You can just rip off a piece. Go ahead, Sienna. Try it. Here you go, Colin. You want to try it? Anybody else want to try it? It's gluten-free. Which means it's delicious, is what that means. All right, here we go. Try it. It's gluten-free. You want to try it? You want to try it? Here you go.
Is that actually true?
That it's gluten-free? Yeah. It is actually true. So this is what Jesus did. When we eat together, when we share with our friends, we say, I want to share my food with you. And that's what Jesus did. Oh, wait, hold on, Colin. You can eat this. This one. One more. So then, in a similar way, after supper, what Jesus did was he took the cup, and these were things that they had seen 100 times before, but Jesus gave them a new meaning. And he said, "This is my blood shed for you for the forgiveness of sins." Every time, it's not, it's juice. I should say that. It's juice.
What is it?
It's juice. I don't know what flavor. Probably grape. Yeah, I'm gonna go 98% sure. It's a good grape. It's a good grape. That was a good year for grapes. So Jesus took the bread, he also took the cup, and he said, do this in remembrance of me. Remember the connection that we have together, just like those Legos. So you guys wanna pray with me? You guys ready to pray? Let's pray. Loving God, thank you for sending your son into the world. Lord, as we come together to enjoy this meal, be with us in our hearts and our minds. Direct our words and our actions to reflect you in all that we do. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.